morning!
Nowadays nothing really is ice. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she icy.
Today I'm going to be organising my 2 electronic bins because cable management is a very important part of production, and that's just something that I'm not good at right now. To be fair, I was going to say I've just moved house, but that's not the reason. We're in a bit of a state. And when I say state, I mean you can't even see it. Like, it's bad, and I have so many leads that don't do anything. So I'm going to go through it. I know for a fact that there's microphones, there's kettle leads, iPhone chargers, tablets, extension cords, and I need to organise it. So, first thing, headphones. They're the Shure SRH440. Solid pair of headphones. Wouldn't change them. The only thing I would do is maybe upgrade them. Home studio setup, I recommend these 100%. I've had them for since 2018, and they are the best headphones I've had. I just think it's fun to coil. I know that sounds really strange, but I studied music tech in college, and one thing that has always stuck with me is I was timed we were timed as a class to see how fast we could set up and see how fast we could set down the equipment. And it's just something that's always stuck with me. Actually, I might look up some questions. Can you describe the most exciting audio project you've completed? Oh, I did a studio session with Phil Cunningham and Tom Chapman from New Order. I got a chance to assist on a studio session with them, and it was it was where I wanted to be, if you know what I mean. Like, for my career, that's something that's kind of the level that I want to try and get at. And I can film a video going into more detail about that session and how it works and what people do if wanted. How would you set up your equipment on stage versus in the studio? I think I want to answer this question because I don't do live sound, if that makes I don't participate with live sound. But I would say that if I could plan a dream studio setup, maybe incorporating studio and live work, I would love to be able to record in a church with a choir. I just think that the reverb would sound so cool, and it also would be able to give you a chance for video opportunities. How do you approach the sensitive task of discussing changes and rearrangements with artists? I think it's more about just listening to both sides, and then me having more, as a producer, a professional side of the input. And then I think that it's a matter of the client sort of believing and trusting that I know what I'm doing. But I also think that it's good to just hear both sides, basically, is what I'm saying. I don't feel like it should be me being this is what's going on, or them being this is how it's done. If a client is personally adamant on a specific point, I think I would consider changes that could be made, but I definitely would use their idea and then see if it works, because they're artists too. What is the one thing every song must have for it to be solid? I would say, something that comes to mind is layers with vocals. I think for a song to be solid, it needs to be full. An example of this is Ariana Grande, where she uses the layered vocals. And she uses multiple vocal takes to fill out the arrangement, because I think then it allows songs to be simple but still not empty. Who is the best music producer working in the industry today? There's a girl that I like. I found her on TikTok. Oh no, Instagram. Called Bianco. There's this person called Bianco, and they are a producer and an artist on Instagram. For me personally, in my production experience, I like Glyn Johns. Personally, because it's sentimental to me. My tutor introduced me to Glyn Johns, and he made me love production. What is the first thing you listen for when listening to a new recording? I listen to the tone of the instruments. Personally for me, I try and figure out how the instrument sounds. So if it's a bass, I listen to see if it's warm, where on the frequency it falls. What is the biggest budget you've worked with? None, honey. I'm a broke, poor student. I'm not a student anymore. Describe a time when you were required to think on your feet. How did this go? Oh, I was doing a live show and it was for an assignment, and it was something, I was younger. I was 18? Oh God. I was 16, and like I said, live sound stressed me out, and the person who was running it was really like stressed out on the day, and I was like asking him where the duct tape, is, and all of this. And then the technician came over to me and he was like, oh, I'll get it for you, like, do you want me to go get it? And then the guy running it needed to talk to the technician, and the technician was like going away to do this thing. And then he had a go at me, and he was like, don't get other people to do your jobs for you, and like shouted at me in front of like everyone. I remember that because it was horrible. Can you describe how you would set up equipment at a concert? For me, I will answer with my like favorite mic positions. I like stereo pair recording technique. I think I also would put an app. Thing is, when I record, I don't really like room mics, so I would put a room mic because other people do, and that sounded weird, but I mean in the sense that, because if I don't have it there, I won't be able to have it back at the end of the mix. Thank you for watching, and